Good morning YouTube and welcome back to my channel. So today you find me on a little landscape photography adventure down at Normanton Church in Leicestershire, and this location has been on my radar to photograph now for quite a while, and finally managed to get the opportunity to pop down here overnight with my photography buddy Mark to photograph the church just before sunrise. And yeah, managed to get some really nice shots from early hours. Just missed the stars just slightly and the clouds rolled in, but I've got some nice images I feel of this location, so yeah, quite pleased with that. It's now around about 5:45 in the morning. Sunrise is around about 15 minutes, but unfortunately it's clouded over quite significantly and there's not much in the way of sunlight at the moment. We've got some nice broken cloud, so if the sun does manage to get above the horizon and pierce through this cloud layer, we should get some nice colour on our subject, which is the church. You can see that behind me just there. So fingers crossed, that's the plan for this morning. Like I said, I've already got some shots which I'm happy with. Let's just hope the sunrise happens, and yeah, I'll show you what I'm up to, and I'll catch you in a minute. Normanton Church, a true Rutland gem, graces the landscape with its elegant classical architecture. Perched gracefully on a slender strip of land extending into the breathtaking Rutland water, this architectural masterpiece owes its existence to the vision of architect Thomas Cundy. Commissioned by the Earl of Ancaster, it was constructed atop the historical foundations that date back to the 14th century. The sunrise is now finally starting to happen. There's a bit of colour starting to pink up in the clouds, which looks nice. And yeah, I've moved myself around from my previous location now to be a little bit more in the classical shot of Normanton Church, which is just the leading path into the church with the sky behind it. So that's my composition. It's a typical composition most photographers probably take from this location. The actual location itself is a little bit limited for composition wise, but that's just the way it is. So there's no shame in capturing a composition or image or photograph which everybody else has taken also. You know, sometimes these things are just the norm for the location, so yeah, it's nice to have my own version of that. So yeah, I'll quickly spin you around, you guys can see what I'm looking at, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So this is my composition. It's your typical classic composition from this location. I'm using the leading path up to the church from the right hand side of the frame, and using the slight curve of the shoreline into the base of the church and around to the left. And as you can see above, there's some nice clouds now forming, and there's a nice bit of colour also starting to capture on top of those clouds, which is looking really good. Shooting wise, I'm using my Pentax K1, and I'm around about 1/10 of a second, f7.1 ISO 100, and yeah, so this is my view through the camera, capturing the church and the sky above, which is all looking rather nice. So I'm going to carry on, do a few more of these shots and make sure I get this completely covered. And yeah, if the images are good, which I hope they will be, I will get them on screen for you guys to take a look at. So what I'm going to do, guys, I think is I'm going to bring the camera onto the pontoon here. It's moving up and down just a little bit actually, but I think there's enough ambient light now to do a handheld shot of the church with this nice sky in the background, and yeah, make this shot happen, because I don't think I've got much time. I think somewhere like that looks really quite nice. Shutter speed, I want this to be around about 1/50th 1/25 of a second. F-stop, I'm going to have to put the ISO up just a little bit. The ISO is at 400. I want my f-stop to be around about 7.1 because that's works pretty well for this lens. And yeah, my shutter speed around about 1/60th actually of a second. Get the focus, look at the shot, look at the composition, everything looks good from left to right, all around the frame, there's no distractions. And let's take the shot. Okay, that's nice, I've got a bit of that colour in the sky. So folks, I've got myself some nice little compositions actually from this location, a little bit more than I was actually expecting. Like I said, all my research of this location seems to reveal maybe one shot or two shots which other photographers have done, but I actually think this morning I've got quite a few images from different locations and different angles and perspectives of the church, which I'm really quite pleased with. So I'll put the photographs on screen for you guys to take a look at now, put all my settings on there. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch, let me know. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this little adventure, and I'll see you on the next one.